And welcome back, everybody, to Civ versus the World. This is a series that I'm starting based on removing the Lone Oak YouTube series. Like I said in the previous video, check that out. Check the final video out in Lone Oak if you want to know more details. Basically, I don't have time to play two maps, two different farms. It's just not happening. And I also realized I wasn't really telling a story with Lone Oak. It was just more of me farming, and so I really enjoy telling stories. I feel like this is going to be a great story. I'm having more fun with this map, even though Lone Oak is better. It just has, I mean, for example, this is just grass. You know, there's no detail foliage. You know, just stuff like that. I notice so much more on other maps since not playing on Lone Oak. But the bottom line is, I have more fun on this map because it's multiplayer with a bunch of my friends. We all have our own farms. It's like semi-co-op. It's competitive multiplayer, in other words. And so that's what this map is. That's what this series is going to be. I'm calling it Sim versus the World because it's me versus all those other colors on the map. I'm the little purple one. I started out with the pig farm up here. And just one second. I think, let's do another load. No, let's just leave it like that. That's fine. Okay, so anyway, I was getting a delivery of beats there. It's fun because of this, for example. We have people working together. I don't produce beats, but someone else is, you know, delivering, someone else is producing crops for me. There's no way I could have almost 400 pigs. Well, I might actually be up past 400 now. Yeah, 401. There's no way I could have that many pigs with just my acreage alone. I can't do all that myself. So I'm buying from other people, and I'm selling my pigs to be able to afford to buy things. And that's basically where I'm at now. So I started off with this pig farm. You can see the fields that I have purchased. I have added this year, I've added fields 22. This is basically a fresh start on a new map. It's kind of been going on for a year, but we had some problems getting things started with seasons. The save game file got messed up, and we had to restart. So it's basically the beginning of a new map. So you're getting in at the very beginning here. But that's kind of the status. That's what I'm doing. So I am going to the store right now. I was doing some field work. That's why I have the duels on there. Okay, so let me pay him first. And then, oh, what is it? 5675. 5675. So let's go to, whoops, that's the wrong one. We need to go to this one, and that was Platinum Farm 5675. And let's pay him up. And paid. If I can spell. Okay, so here we go. We are going to the store because I have a, well, I gotta put it out of neutral. I need to buy some, just a couple things. I need to buy a slurry tanker because money's, well, it's tight for me. Yeah, you see $112,000, but I have to buy like $200,000 worth of crops or something like that. I haven't finalized the math just yet, but it's a lot. I have to buy a lot from a lot of other farmers, and so that is going to be. I'm trying to save up money for that. I can't really use that money to just buy things. So what I need to do is, and also, you know, if you look in seasons. With the way we run this map, winter is our winter update. We have sales in the winter. That's kind of when farmland is sold most often as well in real life because we'll just, you know, because typically you can sell and buy fields in the middle and you just basically pay input costs for what the other farmers already put on there. But in general, it's done in the winter. So that's when we buy and sell. However, I've got to kind of, let's just kind of pull over here. Yeah, he's saying, look at me, money bags. That was my, I did have a Mercedes-Benz track. And I got down, I basically only had that tractor for the plow. So I figured that was stupid. Originally, I thought I was going to grow into the bigger tractor with bigger equipment, but I didn't have any money left to even buy fertilizer. So that's the status of why I sold that tractor. It was awesome. I wish I could have kept it. But anyway, so you see I can sell for a little bit in the winter. There's a peak there. I want to sell the bulk of my pigs here to pay for operating expenses and even my fields that might come up for auction/draft in the winter. Basically, we select random, like probably 10 random fields on the map that are up for draft, and those are at a 10% discount. You can buy any field on the map for a 10% surplus, because if you throw money at a farmer, he's going to take it and buy one of those other fields that's 10% off, for example, from someone who wants to sell it. So anyway, right now so like what I was saying is we've got, pretty soon, I'm buying an animal trailer now, because pretty shortly here, we're going to have probably about 100 trips. I don't know how many trips it'll take. Oh my goodness, with the size of animal realistically probably more 5 or 10, but that still feels like a lot. I'll probably do that on a stream, so if you haven't followed me on Twitch, be sure to do that. The rest of this episode is going to be me probably spreading slurry. I'll probably buy the animal trailer first, so I have it up at the farm, and I have it up at the farm. So we'll probably make 2 trips to the store right now. No, you know what? Let's just make this. My YouTube episodes have been like hours long, and those take hours to upload, even at my pretty fast internet connection. So I think that instead I will. We're gonna cut out now. I think that instead I can do some of that other stuff off camera, kind of over on a stream when I'm not having like an hour-long episode, but. Anyway, we're going to be spreading some slurry. I ran out of manure. We do have viable manure, but I think it's just more cost effective to spread 2 layers of my own slurry instead of, pay from the shop to get manure, which when I cultivate it, it'll be 2 layers of fertilizer, but it's just not cost effective. Plus, that's all those other trips to and from the store. So I think that that's what we're gonna do, and there's where I miss not having track IR. I don't normally miss it because I feel like with the side console I can move my head pretty well, but there's just certain times where I wish I had it, and that's one of them. Let's see if we can make up this hill in 5th gear. Yeah. So anyway, the other story of this map is my original goal was I tried something that failed. I tried buying grain. Basically, I invested all of my startup money in pigs, and my original goal was, let's try to make this work. Let's try to put all my money in pigs, because then that's more money I get from pigs. Pigs breed faster, and I'll just buy all the grain from other farmers. However, the the problem is that I could not. You know what? I'm gonna put an offer in to buy some lime then. Anyway, what was it? Where was I going? Train of thought derailed. What was I saying? The problem is I didn't have enough money left over to buy all the crops that I needed, and since I couldn't produce, so it was just. It might have worked if I bought less animals and saved extra cash for, it would, sorry, I'm reading text there on the chat. It might have worked if I saved extra cash for buying crops, but it didn't, and I didn't, and it didn't. So, I sold some pigs, and I didn't sell, what did I do? I sold that's right, because I spent money. I only had like 2 fields, and I spent money on a Warrior because I really liked that tractor, and I wanted it again, and I loved it. But I spent money on big equipment just because I've never started with big equipment. I got so tired of, and I didn't mean to hit the wall. That didn't happen. I got so tired of having all this small equipment all the time that I just wanted something big for once. I wanted something nice, and I failed. So, right. That is That is crazy there. So sorry about the language there. We have the let's see here. Let's go slurry tankers. Slurry tanks. We have. I think this is what I gotta do. The small one. There's no way. We do have a truck on the map. Truck is good at transporting things, so I'm thinking he could maybe be able to transport some of this. 13,000. Can I pull just this? Probably not. I don't think. Do I have to? I think I have to hook that up. Yeah, I have to hook that up. Yeah, there's no way I can pull that. However, if I get this one, there's no 180 horsepower. Yeah. Good luck pulling that up. You know, I could almost do it because most of my fields aren't flat. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? This is the problem I got into with the Warrior. It's actually, I didn't want to start big. I actually started out with a really small tractor like this, right? So the problem is that let's see, what could, you know what? This is slurry, but I use blue for all my colors, blue and black. I really like this color. You know, I can get it to match my ice sure there. That could work. Let's do it like that. That'll match my little tractor there. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that matches pretty good, I'd say. All right. So anyway, the difference is, I started small. That was my goal, and it might have worked. But then I bought a Warrior because I took a plowing contract. I took a $10,000 plowing contract to plow someone else's fields. And I thought that I could do that with this little tractor. But basically, I ran out of time. I didn't want to cancel the plowing contract. We've got to assign this real quick. I didn't want to cancel my plowing contract, which meant I just got tired. And I bought a big, huge tractor and a big huge ripper, that Vaderstad ripper, basically the one we drove past near the beginning of the episode. If you remember, Wolf and Craig had that. I had the 500. He's talking about how he has the 700. Anyway, that's the deal where I what was I going to? I'm so scatterbrained today. Yeah, so I wanted to start out small. I bought the Warrior just for the plowing job, with the top-down 500 that plows, so that I can complete that so basically, I spent like $300,000 to complete a $10,000 contract for plowing, and that was my downfall, because from there I'm like, well, I don't want to have this big huge tractor sitting around doing nothing, so I felt like it was wasting my money, and so I bought some other big equipment, like the Vaderstad was the Rapid 600A, to kind of match the plow. I think we just drove through a sign there. Well, yeah, so anyway, where was I going? I started small, I bought big because of a plowing contract, and I didn't have self-control or the time to do it with the little plow. And as a result, I didn't have any money left. So eventually, I sold my Warrior, I bought more pigs, and then I did the exact same thing at the beginning of this episode, at the beginning of this year. I had to plow all my fields again because we reset the map. And I said, okay, well, I can't pull a plow really. I might be able to pull the smallest plow with this ice, and that's what we're going to try to do. But there goes Wolf. So I said, okay, well, we're just gonna buy this cheap Mercedes-Benz track. I think it's like $50,000 starting price. We're just gonna buy this, and then I will be able to. We're just gonna buy this, and then I'll be able to plow. But then I'm like, well, if this is the problem I get into. Like, well, if I buy the bigger tractor, I might as well buy the Amazon 3. Was it the 3 meter? Was it 6 furrow plow? Instead of the 4 furrow furrow plow. I figured I might as well buy the slightly bigger plow, right? Instead of the really small one, since I have a bigger tractor. And then I felt like, okay, well this tractor doesn't pull enough. I need to upgrade the tractor. So it turned in being like something like a $90,000 tractor and a what, $10,000-$20,000 plow for what am I trying? Where was my line of thought? I keep getting interrupted because I read this stupid text there. Yeah, so I did basically the same thing twice. So you're coming in, it's kind of like a full reset for me. I'm starting over fresh. We're gonna try to make that turn. Oh yeah, we did it. Tanker intact and all. Look at that, that looks pretty cool. Slight orange color difference, but overall it's a pretty good match. Anyway, I think that the, where was I going with that? I can't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, yeah, consider this a full reset. I'm just starting over at the beginning. The only difference is I now have almost 400. I have 400 pigs. So that's the basic big difference. So for all intents and purposes, this is a fresh. One second here. Let's continue onward. But anyway, me. Yeah, so it's basically a fresh restart. The only difference is I have a little bit of grain left over that I bought from before, and I have some slurry and pigs and manures and stuff like that. So, coming up, I don't know. I'm thinking about selling down to 300 pigs because I'm scared about being able to make enough money from those pigs to pay for grain for a bigger herd size. I can't quite afford to increase my herd size just yet, even though that's what I want to do. Whoops, a little bit got a little tipsy there. We do have the slurry hose mod installed, but unfortunately it's not on this really small tanker, so I just got to go do the good old fashioned fill up here. And I think you know what, this map has a lot of triggers. I wouldn't be surprised if I have to open this up. So there we go. So, oh, that's nice. That's a nice little animated object. So I'm hoping that there's a trigger window there. And we are in neutral. That doesn't help. So let's pull forward just a little bit here. And go on backwards. And there we go. Alright. So we are getting slurry. We've got a ton of slurry. Let's contact Truck here. Truck, do you have capacity and time to haul slurry for me? We are going to need, let's go look at this horse field app. We're going all the way up to field 22. So we've got field 22, and fertilizer is going to be, slurry is going to be 28,000 liters. I think he can hold 20, and we can hold maybe 8. So we're going to need, okay, I'll need at least one fill up from my pig farm to field 22 ASAP. Okay. All right, and we are going on there, and I will start my adventure. Miss our little lily. I need to move that. I need to sell that and place that just either a little bit further back, or maybe, I don't know. I don't like it along the walls because they like using those walls for dumping the, well, you see that flatbed I have there. I use that, well, Truck uses that rather. He's got an IT runner. He's the trucker of the map. and I use that for grabbing bales from someone else that I buy them from, straw bales, and I unload them right there from that trailer. And then I can't use the other wall because that's where I'm using my tipper for the pig food. I don't have to make pig food. It doesn't really serve any benefit, but it feels more real to me because when I was little, you know, we had pigs on the farm and we had a mixer to mix up pig food. You didn't just feed them the raw soybean meal, you know, throw that in a trough somewhere and then throw on some other stuff. So I really like that you know, I really like that mixer. So I did buy that mixer at the pig farm there. I don't even think I pointed it out. It's right there when we drove past it. I don't know if you saw that big yellow trailer right at the beginning of the entrance of my pig farm, kind of. But that's right where the mixer was. So, right. Let's see. We're gonna have to think about how to do this. I'm gonna need to finish plowing that field, and then I'll need to cultivate it. And when I cultivate it, the slurry or the manure that I spread on part of the field on the left side will give me 2 layers. So I think that I will. I forgot that horn's so much bigger. Oh, we got it. Pull it out. Come on, you got it. Oh, you got it. We got the, this is the newest version of the Iker, however you say it, mod. I've got the turbo in there for 110 horsepower. Hopefully that'll help us get up that hill, because otherwise I don't know how I'm going to be able to get up the hill. It is quite a steep climb up the hill here. I know Platinum was over there farming, and that's where Truck's base is. Actually, he might be coming the other way right now at us. Nope, he's still down there at his brewery. I'll get rid of the mini map here. Yeah. So anyway, just to kind of say again, I feel really bad. I like that's 2 different episodes now that between Oakfield and Lone Oak. They're awesome maps. I wish I had spent more time on them, but I mean the bottom line is I really only have time for one map, and for many reasons that I explained in the final video in the Lone Oak series, it was actually me playing on this map. But it's just I really enjoy production maps, and it's a lot of work to add factories and balance them. And even as it was, I had to balance these, but at least I didn't have to troubleshoot and test and add all the factories originally. All the factories were already here, so that's a huge time saver. Otherwise, I would probably try to do that to Lone Oak, because Lone Oak was amazing. If I had more time, I could easily see myself adding factories to that map. But then you have the other problem is, let's go back into 1. But then you have the other problem with Lone Oak in particular. The field size is like this. This map has 70 some fields. I forget how many Lone Oak has, but it has a lot of smaller fields, and that's really a huge requirement for this type of... Whoa! Whoa! We must have hit over... Oh, you know what? Okay, well, maybe I need a front weight in the future. Okay, we're gonna have to go back down to slow. Or whatever that gear is called. We're stuck on that rock. We need to get past that rock. It just tips the trailer up too much. So let's try going this way. Alright. I should have just grabbed a front weight. I didn't think I would need one. But the combination of going over that ugly hill and the going up a hill and then hitting the rock made it just pop that wheelie. So let's not do that anymore. I'm glad I only have to drive this once, right? This would be a nightmare to have to do all by myself. So instead, Truck's got a trucking service for $500. It seems like a pretty good deal. For 500 bucks, I am paying him to haul his manure out here, or the slurry out here. You can see where I already started plowing with my Mercedes-Benz, but like I said, that one had to go. So I suppose we'll start over on the right-hand side. This is gonna be rough, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should cultivate this before I spread the slurry. I should probably. Oh boy, I don't know what to do here. Well, I should have done this before I plowed. I forgot I actually started plowing. Well, there's the manure. Why didn't I just do this before I plowed? Well, it looks like we're gonna have to spread for a little bit and then go back to. I think that looks like where the end of that is. It looks like we're gonna have to do this and then go back to. We're gonna have to spread some slurry afterwards. So that's what we're gonna do. I mean that's gonna be rough, but I suppose we could try spreading it on the. I don't even know if this tractor will pull it through that. That's some pretty rough furrows. Maybe if I go slower, and you know, I'm gonna go with the furrows. I'm obviously not gonna go against them. Where did he? Okay, there's the end of the manure. So this is the end of the first texture here. So it's a little bit hard to see against the what's that, wheat stubble. So let's go back into one, I guess maybe two. I don't know even how fast I can go with this. I don't even know my width either. So is that about wide enough? I think that's just about wide enough. I think I'm just about perfect there. So if we line that up right, is that right? Let's look at that. Yeah, it looks that looks pretty good. So right where we were at, if we keep the okay, so what's gonna be our marker? I can't even see the other texture over there. So it looks like how are we gonna gauge this? Okay, I guess my left blinker there up on the cab is barely touching the. Okay, so let's just do it like that. Let's just try that. So when my left blinker barely touches the edge of the slurry, it looks like we are pretty well spaced there. Yeah, that works. That works well enough, I hope. Without too much overlap. Eventually this, alright, let's turn that off. Eventually I'm going to plow up some of this area. This is a lot of wasted grass. We're going to plow this up as much as we can. And that, you know, that looks like it's half collapsing. I need to demolish that as well next time. So let's just kind of check to see how we did here. I think that's let's go put on our boots. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so then I'm just looking at the right blinker now. And obviously I'm going to come back and cultivate all this later, so let's see which ones. There we go. Okay, so right blinker is right about there. That's pretty good. And this is a pretty good speed, I think. This is pretty good gear. I think we could probably go to third, but I don't think we'd have. I think the RPMs would be too slow in third. So we'll just keep it in this gear. And it seems to be going pretty good. Flying by the seat of our pants. Hopefully, I'm hoping that we empty out faster than this so we don't have to make truck wait too much. And okay, so we'll come back later and do those end rows. don't want to make ourselves turn around on the slurry. No, boy, this is it's getting later in the day. It's getting hard to see where the mark is with the shadow from. Oh, we're on it. It's hard to see that with the trees there. Oh boy, so we need to go back down to 1, and we'll just back her on up once we get tractor roughly lined up. That's pretty close there. You know, it's kind of fun doing this without GPS. You know, it feels a little bit more like real life because, I mean, I don't know, you just, you know, you don't ever spray a field perfectly covered, I guess, unless you had GPS, and it's just, it feels a little bit more fun, like, you know, back in the good old days where, well, I mean, our tractors still don't have GPS in real life, so our tractors live in the good old days, I guess, but we need to go to 2, there we go, and pull it out. There we go. Looks like I'm gonna have to go help truck out pretty soon. I just need to, 1 second. Let me try to get to the end of this row, and then I will stop and go over see if I can see what he's talking about. And we are back down to, oh boy, got a little bit off there. A little bit close. We're gonna have a little bit of overlap there. That's not ideal, but all right. All right, let's go take a look at what he's looking at here. Whoops, don't wanna leave it in neutral on a hill. That's not a good idea. All right, well, sorry about that interruption. We spent quite a long while trying to get the that pickup point to work. I don't know why it works for the default trailers. He's got an IT runner that has the universal mod on it, so it seems like it should work. I mean, it's universal, right? I mean, why wouldn't it work? It should work, but it doesn't. And so right now, I'm gonna run back and get another load. He's gonna go to the store and get the default IT runner slurry container, and that one should work just fine. So that way I will be able to finish spreading slurry on this field, and he can run for me. Let's see, where, that's right, this way. I need to make at least one other trip myself, otherwise it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna be waiting up here a long time for him. I'm not really sure where I'm at in the recording length. I'm trying to keep them a little shorter, and then just do more of them. It's easier for uploading, and you know, it also I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. Where are we going? We need to go back to our pig farm and pigs, slurry. That's right, we're getting slurry because yeah, I'm pulling a slurry tanker. And let's see, so I've carted 14,000, that will be my second load. With him, he'll have, I think it's 20, so that should be 34,000. I think that's right. Let's just look real quick. I think 34,000 is right where, slurry. Yeah, so that should cover us for the entire field. I did expand the field, so if there's some left over, I'll probably just leave the slurry tank up there and go grab a cultivator. No sense bringing the slurry tank back if I'm going to use it some more still. You saw that large grass area to the right side. What is that? The east side of... No, sorry, wow. The west side of field 22 that I was driving off of, it actually had a lot of open grass there, so that's what I'm going to drive on to I'm just out of it today. That's what I'm gonna plow to expand the field, so I'm gonna need a little bit more than the recommended usage for that field. I also expanded the east side, which is why I was confused with east and west. The east side of 22, I already plowed that with back when I had my Mercedes-Benz. It's not quite as roomy over there, and it drops off hillier, so I didn't do quite as much. I could have plowed over in the corners, but I decided not to. So yeah, that's where I'm at basically. Let's go down to, you know what, we could use some fuel when we're back at home as well. And yeah, I think that's definitely something that we could use. This is a lot of slurry, and it would be great one day to be able to afford a big, nice slurry injection system, but you know, I mean, then again, that's a lot more horsepower requirements, and then so this is the problem. It's like, I mean, if I get so. You know, like maybe 2 or 3 years from now, when I have enough fields to justify bigger equipment, how do I start that process? Because if I get a, you know, what am I trying to say? I won't be able to afford everything all at once. So if I mean, obviously you got to buy a bigger tractor before you buy bigger equipment. So if I buy a bigger tractor, then I'm going to have a bigger tractor. That might be the only thing I can afford. So I'll have a bigger tractor for 1 full year, pulling 3-meter equipment. I mean, I guess I should save up until I can afford a bigger tractor and at least 1 or 2 other pieces of equipment. If I wait until I can afford a bigger tractor, until I save up enough money to buy the tractor and all their equipment, that will take forever. And I don't know if, you know, Farming Simulator 19 will be out by that time. So I don't know. It's I think my best bet is to, I don't know, I want to make money on pigs, and I make more money the more money I breed, because they breed faster. But then again, does that take away from, if I have all the money and assets invested in grain and pigs, that means I can't expand my farmland in the next draft, which means I have to buy more grain from other farmers. So I think I just need to do a little bit more of each. I need to obviously keep the small equipment for now, and just keep on expanding my acreage as much as possible, saving money where I can, like by doing this, spreading fertilizer, spreading, you know, like, not fertilizer, spreading manure and slurry in lieu of fertilizer when I have it. So let's pull on over, and right there. Yeah, so I don't know. He was using a universal, oh, you know what? We need to fill, yes, don't let me forget. I need to fill up gas before I leave this farm. Fuel, not gas. Hopefully we're putting diesel fuel in it. Not gasoline. That would be a bad thing. So, we'll just let this fill a little bit. And you know what? I thought I read that this tractor came with the ability to remove the front linkage, but I don't see it. Do we need to get out to do that? Oh, right there. Right Alt R. Okay. Right Alt. There we go. And I hate when Windows does that. Sorry about that. There we go. So we removed the linkage. Okay. So we are full. Let's, I don't think we need a front weight. We can, we'll bounce up those hills just fine. Alright, here we go. Let's actually make sure that this works just fine. Alright, it works. Alright, it works. Truck is on his way filling. We've got to take off because we've got to try to empty this by the time he gets there, but we won't. He could drive faster than us. And he's gonna not struggle as much going up the hill. So let's try to book it. Oh, I forgot fuel. Well, hopefully we don't use it all. We're getting pretty low here. Well, you might just have to refuel me out in the middle of the field too, because I don't have a portable fuel tank anymore. I do have a stupid cat. I'm gonna run that over one of these times. Okay, we gotta book it. Let's go real fast here. Let's go overdrive. This is probably burning my fuel out even faster, but We're going to try to book it ahead of him. We're going to pull up our mini-map here because he is loading up and he's going to be on his way shortly. So we'll see. We'll see if we can beat him to the field or not. This will be interesting. He's going to be able to fly down these streets. Well, he's got 20,000 liters on him, so maybe he won't be able to fly too fast, but hopefully we can beat him over to the field. I don't want him to have to wait too terribly long. All right, and we are going back to... I don't remember seeing that. Oh, that's a van? Oh, I guess... I thought that was a pickup truck. I didn't remember seeing trucks in this map, in this traffic. Okay, so left is clear, right is clear after that car. Let's go. A little bit topsy there on the rear end, but we got it just fine. Let's book it over to our hill. He's going, oh yeah, see, like, we can go 42. So, he's not going that much faster than us. Okay, well, 45. Okay, there he goes. Okay, 50. Okay, that's a lot faster than us. Okay, now he's just showing off. Okay, now he's going, like, almost twice as fast. He's getting up there. Yep. Just, he's going to hit it. He's going to hit 80. I think he might hit 80. Oh, he had to slow down. What is that? Was that the end of the lane he's slowing down for? Oh, that was the first turn. Okay. So he's still got a little bit of ways yet. And I think we're gonna beat him. But probably only because we're doing this overdrive here. The tractor kind of sounds scary. It sounds like the engine's gonna blow up, but all right, here we go. Turn left and accelerate. Now this is gonna be a little bit tricky because if we go too fast up this hill, we're gonna bounce and it's not gonna be good. So let's see how fast we can hold it at this, then we'll shift down to first. And I don't know about this. This is gonna be dangerous. Yeah, we gotta slow down. We can't go that fast. We're gonna break an axle. But we need to go to the right here. Otherwise, yeah, that's so now we need to go down. This is where we're gonna lose it. And oh no! That's not good. Okay, we need to go a little bit. Oh wow, that was bad. We need to go a little bit more on the path here. Uh-oh. Okay, we're not going to get to the field before him, turns out. We're going to have to wait. Oh, boy. Oh, what? We made it last time. Why can't we make it this time? Oh, boy. Let's try to get just another running start. Okay, let's try this. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good. That's not good. Oh, why? Why? We did it just fine last time. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. We're going to try another attempt. We got it this time. You know, that trailer just must have been stuck on something. We got it just fine. We got it, I think. Oh, we actually got it. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, and truck should be right behind me, probably. Nope, maybe. He's on his way. Soon, hopefully. But we got it. All right, let's go into, I think... Did we do this high 3 or no? We did it high 2 last time. We couldn't do. Well, I guess we could always try 3. It'd probably save us a little bit of fuel. Let's try 3 and see if it works. We might try. You know, if 3 high didn't work, 3 low probably would. So let's try that. Let's just drive over. That path is way too rough. for high-speed transport. Okay, so let's go on in, and actually, you know what? We're probably gonna tell him just to leave it, because it'd probably be better to cultivate. I don't know. Do we want to cultivate this? Well, regardless, I'm gonna plow more, and I want to fertilize what I plowed. So let's see here. We're gonna cheat a little bit. Go with okay. It looks like right there, and let's go to 2, and let's start letting her fly. And do we want to tell him to just leave it, or I don't want to have to do another pickup charge. We'll just probably do it all now, and then if I'm good, I will finish with maybe a full load or close to a full load on this tanker that I can use over on that left side that I plow, something like that, and then I can just take the leftovers back home. If I did it right, that's what it'll be like. So hopefully that's good. And then if there's any left over, I'll probably go around the end rows just to make sure they are nice and smooth. But I feel like at least on this north side, I got them pretty good because I'm able to drive all the way up on the grass, at least on this section. Down there, I'm probably going to have to, you know, do some end row magic. So let's turn you off there. And we'll, oh boy, this is going to be tough. Where is the line here? Looks like right there, basically on the edge. It's pretty close. Pretty close to the edge. One second, buddy. I'm actually going to say if, I'm going to ask him if he can stay. Okay, let's hook up the magic hoses. And hopefully he can overload, because I don't seem to be able to. Can you do it? Alright, well, apparently we're back in the action now. That was just, I don't know what's wrong, but apparently you can't refill. That tanker isn't a refill tanker, so he's just gonna go dump his load out there in the field. It's gonna be a little bit, I don't know actually how he'll fare on the I think he's got road tires on, and it's pretty rough, so I don't know if he'll get stuck or not, but we'll see if that works. Down to 20 liters of fuel, and yeah, I can't do that here. He said all it wants to do is spray. He can't overload onto me, and I can't overload from my end. So I don't understand what was wrong there, but it just didn't want to work. I guess. I mean, what's the point of that tanker if you can't stink and use it to? I guess I need a field container as an intermediary. I mean, it kind of stinks. You gotta get that though. I don't know. I bet you that thing would fill a field container then if it can't fill me. Well, that kind of stinks. Does it not want to spray now? I don't know. This this kind of been a troubleshooting episode, I feel, where we figured out what in the world is going on and what to do. Hopefully, there we go. There he goes. Yeah, that works well enough. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just see how far he gets then before we leave. I mean, regardless, I'm probably gonna have to bring it back to do some end rows, and because, you know, like here, for example, this is all gonna be plowed. I want to fertilize this as well. The fertilizer's free. You know, I might as well use it. It's not like I have to pay for this fertilizer, so if I might as well put it on and come back. Let's actually just get on the other side of the fence here. And let's just see where he's at. Let's just watch him a little bit. And you know what? This probably has been long enough of an episode because of all my complications and problems that I've ran into. So we will just I'll just end with my little talking speech up here on top of my tractor, watching truck spray my field. Kind of stinks that he couldn't overload onto me and I could finish it myself. So, but whatever. Let's just turn this little tractor off, save some fuel, and run hours. Let's hop up on the cab so we can see him up there. And it looks like he's getting ready to spray. So he's got 81% left. And hopefully he can spray it real good now. So, like I said, this is gonna be a series. I'm telling a story of how I'm gonna grow my farm here. It's a competitive cooperative play, or semi-co-op. You could call it. It's there's a lot of people competing for the same fields out there, and we're all trying to grow. And so, you know, that kind of means that we help each other out when we can. But then again, it's you know, I want to be the one to buy fields and have the money to buy those before other people. So it's competitive cooperative, or semi-co-op, however you want to call it. But that's the field. I started out with pigs. We got the a couple people doing sugar beets now. One person running the sugar beet factory. And I went over all this in the other video. I don't need to talk about this anymore. Let's just watch truck spray our fields here. He's that's actually got a pretty wide swath there. I wonder why, something weird with that spray texture too, because it's only coming from one side. That kind of looks weird. But, I mean, it's definitely going over the entire field, so I don't know. I don't know if that just something wrong with my graphics or the server. I don't know what that is. Oh, he's backing up over the poo. Oh, he's getting those tires dirty all over the poo. He's got poo tires now. And I believe you normally do the end rows last with slurry. With traditional fertilizer, you do spray the end rows first to cover it, so you know where to start and stop and turn on and turn off. But it looks like he's doing those end rows first. I mean, you're probably gonna get poo all over your tires anyway, so does it really matter? Although there would matter because, well, I mean, you got to do it eventually anyway. But there it matters because you're going. That'd be really, really bumpy. I don't know if you could even do that in a semi, or you know, a big truck like this. That'd be awful bumpy. But hey, whatever works. You got to make some gameplay concessions for the game. Oh man, those tires. He almost needs he needs some tractor tires. Look at that slippage when he first starts. Look at that. It's hard to get that thing started in the dirt. There he goes. Yeah, see, that's an awful weird spray texture. All we're using the default sprayer from the IT pack from Giants. So it's not like we edit it with anything. I don't know really what's going on there. He should have enough slurry to finish this field just fine. Yeah, he's got plenty for that. I might have him, let's see, where else could I did 19. All of 19 is covered with manure, as is 17. And I mean, I guess I could have him spray some on 39, you know, the 40s, 39, 40, 41, or whatever I want to call those fields. Because that is basically the only fields I have left to do. Do I have a layer of, did I do anything to 18 yet? It's already got a layer. I think that one's already fertilized. But those are not. So with the extra, I could have them do it on 39, 40, 41, and I'll just pay them extra for going to another field. Let me just tell them that. All right, so that is, that's going to be that. Let's just drive down, and we will, I don't know what else there is to say, but we will, we'll conclude this episode. I'm going to finish spraying my field. I'm going to start cultivating. Like I said, I still haven't figured out how much crops I need to buy, or, you know, how much I can do myself. I'm still trying to work out with another farmer, whether or not he's growing for me again this year. He grew all my corn last year. I'm trying to secure some type of a long-term deal with him so I can always count on him and his crops to come to me. So that way I don't have to try to renegotiate every year versus the other factories, because there's a lot of other guys, Truck for one, who sucks up all the extra grain that nobody wants to. He's already started contacting other farmers and taking away grain from me so that I can grow my own herd. So I don't know how much I can grow my herd at this point. I've used, I don't know, it's so hard to figure because it's always changing, and there's, you know, you get enough food for 300 pigs, but then by the end of the year you have what, 500 pigs, 400 pigs. So you need to figure somewhere in the middle for that. But then you're growing, so next year you're going to need even more grain if you want to grow. So I don't know what to do here. What to do? Well, anyway, I know I need to end the episode. I can figure out my plans for my own farm later. So just, yeah, stay tuned for later. We'll figure out the next episode. I will probably be doing, I'll let some time pass between now and then. I'll probably finish plowing that field up there on the north. I'll probably do some of it as a stream coming up soon here, because I don't want to, I mean, if I did, you know, 30 even hour YouTube episodes, it would be, it'd be episode 30 by the time we get out of spring. So I think that we will, it's also takes a lot of time to render and upload, and that's time that I can't be streaming or playing online, really. So I think that I will probably take a break for a little while. When you next see me, I don't know what I'll be doing. It'll still be spring. It'll still be, well, it's already mid-spring. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. I need to go, so wheat germinated. I need to go weed some fields then. I need to weed, I'm farming 44 and 45, bottom left-hand corner for Roy there. There's a lot to get done here. And it's already just past mid-spring. So we're doing 15-day seasons, 5 days per season is the total there. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to do next. What's the priority? I got a little bit of wheat planted. I think the other thing I need to do is maybe plant some corn. I think I'll do 18 for corn. I'm farming that for another farmer this year as well. So I picked up a few extra fields this year. So, you know, I can plant my corn crop later. I can get those fields ready now. So I think the weeding should take priority. I'll probably finish spreading slurry down on field 39, 40, 41. That won't take too terribly long. All that combined is roughly the same size as field 22. So with Truck having, you know, like half a tank for me, it's only like 3 more trips or so. But I'm going to get fuel first before I forget, because otherwise I will run out pretty soon here. So anyway, with that, while we are filling, we will conclude this episode. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I will see you shortly in the next episode. And like I said, it will be sometime in spring still, and I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be busy. So anyway, thanks again, guys. Be sure to check out Twitch if you want to watch a little bit of the off-camera work. I will talk to you guys soon. And as always, thank you for being out there and watching. Yeah, I appreciate it. See you guys soon.